Tired of drains that aren't draining? Well, in this video, I'm gonna show you how to DIY your own drains at home. Now, this may turn into a lot of work because if you get up under your house, if you have a pier and beam or anything like that, getting that drain just right, well, I wanna show you why that's important. Now, if you're a plumber, you need to understand why it's so important to get the proper drainage. Either an 1/8 of an inch per foot, 1/4 inch per foot, something like that, depending on what the code says in the area, the size line you're running, and whatnot. So anyway, we're gonna show you the difference in a 1/16 of an inch, an 1/8 of an inch, a 1/4 of an inch, and even up to 1/2 of an inch fall per foot, and show you why it does what it does. So let's jump in this video and see what happens. Okay, so when you read the code book, if you read the code book, a lot of us do, a lot of us don't, it tells you on the pipe that you install anywhere between an 1/8 of an inch and a 1/4 of an inch per foot of fall. So I'm gonna reach into the magic drawer here. I've got a couple of levels. And the first one that I have is, well, just a regular level. And when you put it on the pipe, and right now we've got this one set at 1/16 of an inch per foot of fall. Now, this is not anything that you would want to do on a plumbing system because it's not going to drain very well. But what I want to do, I want to show it to you here. Normally when plumbers put pipe in, they'll look at it and say, well, you know, as long as it's breaking the bubble, we're good. And breaking the bubble means you've got your two gradient lines there. When your bubble goes past it, they're like, well, that's breaking the bubble. And this one's breaking the bubble, but if you look over here, it's only a 1/16 of an inch per foot. Now that is pretty flat. Let's run a ball down it and see what happens, just to show you, because at a 1/16 of an inch per foot of fall, it doesn't drain very fast. If your system under your house is draining really slowly and there's not a clog, there's not a break, there's not any problem in there, this can be a problem, because if this were a solid flush down the toilet or toilet tissue or something like that, that water may not be enough to push this all the way out. So let's stick this in and see how slow it moves along and what problems this could cause. So you can see it's moving along slowly, but it is moving along. Now, this is a round ping pong ball setting in the bottom of a round, clean piece of pipe. If this is a solid, it may stick and not get washed out. And the problem is the water may go around it and leave these solids. And if these solids build up, eventually you're going to get a soft stoppage and it's going to clog up and cause problems in your system. Now, as a homeowner, you don't have a lot of control over the way that this was installed. But if you can crawl up under your house and look around, there may be a piece of pipe that you can cut and raise a section, but you may have to raise more than one. So anyway, I just want to show y'all how this works. So what we're going to do, we're going to raise this now to an 1/8 of an inch per foot and show you what it does there. We know how much space we've got right here. We've got 6 feet at an 1/8 of an inch per foot. So we know right here, well, this is 3/4 of an inch. 6 8 inches. So now when we look at the bubble, well, now I'm breaking more of a bubble. If you look at it, it's pretty close to an 1/8 of a bubble, but you know what? If you look at the grade level, it is right on 1/8 of an inch per foot, okay? And I love having these in my toolbox. I love having these on a job site, especially if I'm doing a top out or underground. This makes my job really, really easy. So let's put the bubble in and see what it does different this time. And as you can see, it's moving through a little bit faster. Most plumbing codes, 1/8 of an inch to a 1/4 inch is going to be where you want to be. You saw that this went through a little bit faster. You're not going to get as many clogs, anything like that. But let's raise it up to a 1/4 of an inch and see what happens there. Okay, so I come back to the middle. Now, a 1/4 of an inch of fall makes this level, makes the bubble break all the way. The bubble went all the way to the end. So, you know, it's level here, The more you come up, the further it goes to that end. Well, when you go so far, it goes all the way to the end, which is exactly what this one did. But if you look over here on the grade level, we are right on 1/4 of an inch, which is right where we want to be. We know based on the elevation and the length of pipe that we're running, this is right where we're at. So let's take a ping pong ball in here now and see what that one does. And as you see, this one comes a lot faster. What's good about it is this helps wash out your solids, and it lets that water push it and keep it going so that it goes out like it's supposed to do. You want these solids all the way out in the city main. That way it gets taken back to the water treatment plant, cleaned up so it can come back and we can drink that water again.
Disgusting!
We've done a 1/16, we've done an 1/8, we've done a 1/4. Now let's jump in and do a 1/2 inch. I gotta tell you, that's a lot of fall, okay? This bubble ought to fly through. If you look at my grade level, it's pegged on 1/2 inch. This one here, that complete bubble is on this side. Once you start doing grade, I mean, this is great to know if something's level. But once you start trying to figure out what is the exact grade, you want a grade level. They're a great thing to have and definitely worth the investment. So if you're a homeowner and you're having problems, getting one of these and crawling around under your house and checking the elevation, checking the fall on it can be a good thing. It can let you know where maybe you do have a problem. So if you've got a certain area that clogs up quite often, now you can either talk to a plumber or DIY it and get under there and see, is there any way to raise this area without messing up the other one? Maybe this one's got too much fall, this one doesn't have enough, but if you raise it, now you can tweak it and make it work good. So 1/2 inch per foot, let's stick this in and see what happens. And as you see, this one is flying down. Now, here can be the problem with this. If you've got water in here and solids, the water may go right around the solids because the solids are going to drag a little bit. What may happen is the solids may get caught up in the middle, the water wash right around it and not wash it down. That can also lead to a stoppage. So having too much fall is not a good thing, but also not having enough fall is not a good thing. So guys, these are the kind of things that you need to know. Number one, if you're installing a new system, if you're doing a remodel, you're a homeowner, you're a DIYer, or maybe you're just installing pipes under a kitchen sink. You want to put it into where it's going to fall, it's going to drain properly. What you don't want to do is come out of that P-trap, come up, and then go back up into the wall, because that's going to give you a spot where it can really clog up a lot. So this has been fun. I love doing stuff like this. So if you're a homeowner and you've got an area that clogs up under your house, this is a great way to get under there with the right level and check and see, hey, is there just a fall issue that maybe is something you can adjust? Then again, you may end up having to call a plumber. But if you're a plumber, do you understand now why it's so important not to just put in a level that's going to get it close, but get the proper level and make sure that you're going to get it right each and every time? So to me, this is a wonderful way to do it. And if you're a DIYer, this is something that's great just for you to climb under there and check, just so you know, for your own peace of mind. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you know somebody that has drainage problems under their house, and it's a pier and beam, it's one they can get under and do, share this video with them. Maybe it can help them out. And if you love this video, I definitely think you're gonna like this one.